world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of the Locker Gnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. It is Beard Watch, going on week 3, and it must be working, because now I have people who have not been paying attention for the past 3 weeks or so asking how long I've been growing my beard. They're calling me Beard Face, and I'm very resolute on this. It's Beard Face! Thank you for tuning in. TLDR happens every weekday. It's live for my patrons. You can become a patron by heading over to chrispirillo.com, and then you get all of TLDR. It's usually about an hour long, and I geek out with my patrons. The first part, I usually cover a topic, today's topic, 3 reasons why Luke basically went into hiding, why he just receded into somethingness, not nothingness, but why he basically went away. Why did Luke Skywalker go away? I'm going to be thinking through 3 reasons, at least 3 reasons, and you may have other reasons too. This is just my opinion. And today, as a matter of fact, I got retweeted by @StarWars. Retweeted, not just faved, not favorited, not starred. Well, they don't use stars anymore, which is weird because, Star Wars, it'd be better if I had a star. I got retweeted, which means a ton of people saw the tweet. I captured 11:38 Star Wars time. Star Wars time, and it happens 2 times a day. Star Wars time, 2 times a day. After I do that, I'm going to be showing you Pirillo picks, and then I'm going to be answering questions from the community, and then talking about today's geek news. A lot of tech stuff. So the first reason Luke basically went away into exile was that he wanted to fully grow out his beard so that people just accepted that he had a beard, and they weren't telling him to shave it. I'm joking about that. That's not why Luke disappeared, that I know of. But I'm just saying that, just let it be, okay? It's my face. You're never going to touch it. Let it be. Let it go, okay? It's weird. I do all this stuff, and then the only thing people want to comment on is my facial hair. I think Luke looks great with the beard there at the end of The Force Awakens. Oh, spoiler alert. If you have not yet seen the movie, man, it is not my problem. The first true reason is, I think, out of depression. And depression is a serious thing. And yes, it could absolutely happen in the Star Wars galaxy. I mean, just consider what happened. We don't know the full backstory, but we do know that Ben Solo basically turned against Luke. That's a big deal. That's like the son, or, well, actually, nephew, but the son of what would likely be your best friend, Han Solo, and your nephew to your sister that you kissed at one point in a semi-romantic way that, we look at it now and wonder why Ben didn't say anything from a certain point of view when he had a chance. Not Ben Solo, sorry, Ben Kenobi. Confusing. So yeah, I think it was depression, sadness. I mean, we do weird things when we get depressed, man. I mean, really weird things. Leave rude comments on YouTube videos, for one. Not like Star Wars related YouTube videos for another. Those are depressing people. They may not be depressed. They're just depressing. No, seriously, depression is an issue. And something that you may have suffered from in the past. I'm lucky enough to, I believe, never have suffered from it that I know of. And when I say suffered, it doesn't mean that I've never been depressed. It's never held me back. I always, feel the want, need, and desire to do new things. I enjoy life as much as I possibly can, especially last night. Boy, Jedi started walking for the first time yesterday, like on her own, taking her first steps. It was pretty amazing. And a lot of you liked it as well. We didn't have a single dislike for that video until this morning. All it takes is one person to pile on, and then that's it. It's one of the worst features ever that ever existed from the beginning of time, is that feature. So, yeah, I think out of depression and sadness, I think it took a toll. I think it's a great reason to retreat. Another reason why I believe that he basically went into exile is, and I wrote this stuff down just to make sure that I covered everything, I think he was frightened by his own power. He was training Jedi, several Jedi, or to be Jedi, and then inevitably Ben turned against him and turned into the master of the Knights of Ren, Kylo Ren. And that just could not have gone over well with Luke. So here Luke is, and he's imparted all this wisdom and training and everything on these students, only to have everything fly back in his face. And maybe Luke was just too powerful, and he didn't know how to contain it. Or maybe he was afraid that, just like in Return of the Jedi, when they're flying the shuttle Tidarium to try to destroy the shield generator on the forest moon of Endor, he says, I'm endangering the mission, I shouldn't have come. He knows his power, and maybe he knows it so well that he's got to get away. And if that's the case, how did timing work out then? How did he know it would be correct to return? When would be the right time? And that, to me, is everything in his facial expressions there at the end of the movie. This pained look that he's got to face his destiny. He's run away, effectively. Now, whether he was intentionally doing it because he knew he was too powerful or could potentially be too powerful at play, or if he was just suffering from depression and not wanting to deal with it ever again, we don't know. I don't even know if we're ever going to know, or if we're just left guessing. And another reason, and this is really the third reason I wanted to cover. Hang on, I gotta move today's Pirillo picks. Any guesses? You'll find out here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to go ahead and press play to make sure that certain patrons get the credit that they deserve. This is one of their bonuses at a certain pledge level and higher. The third reason is that he had to know more before he knew he could continue. So we've got, and here's the thing, it could be an amalgamation of all of these reasons, minus the beard, which, by the way, was Liz's joke. I stole it from her. I don't think she's going to go into hiding or suffer from depression if that happens. But she could. If you feel like you need to go into exile, Liz, knock yourself out. Well, not really. I would never intend on you knocking yourself out. Not physically, at least. Mentally, if you want to do that, it's fine. He had to know more before he knew he could continue. So as Rey is walking up the Jedi steps, or the steps there, you notice she walks past books and other things. Luke was studying. He wasn't just, doing nothing. He was doing something, or they were just left there, right? They were just there. But I think it was with intention, because Luke was hiding. So why did he bring this stuff with him? Why? Why have it with him? Why be out there? So it's possible that, yes, he was sad, he was depressed. It was possible that he was frightened of his own power, and to that point, he had to know more. The third reason, he had to know more about his own power. He had to figure things out before he could get back into play, so to speak. Before he knew he could continue, before he'd even consider continuing. He had to know he could command it so that it would never happen again. That takes a lot of reflection, man. Seclusion, reflection. I think we got a pretty big clue when Han Solo dropped the suggestion that Luke might have been looking for the first Jedi Temple. I think it was the first Jedi Temple. Sorry, I've only seen The Force Awakens like 5 times. The digital release is coming up in another few months. And then I'll be able to watch it over and over and over and over and over and over again. By the way, today is Groundhog Day, and I have seen my own shadow. It's a shadow stormtrooper. This looks like me when I play Star Wars Battlefront. On the Imperial side, at least. Speaking of video games, yes, I've already purchased the Lego video game for The Force Awakens. They just announced it today. I pre-ordered it. Saved 20% on that. I tweeted about it too, so you could save money. Save 20%. No, you can pay full price if you want. I don't care. I found a way to save 20%. You may be interested if you're going to buy it. And I got an exclusive minifigure too, a Finn. I'm dropping clues here. I'm dropping clues for today's Pirillo picks. I'm going to move on to that now that I've covered this topic. Maybe you're interested in fleshing this out more. Maybe you have different thoughts. Maybe you think like I do. That's awesome. Thank you for your support. I am going to move on now. This is Lego, not Legos. Not Legos. Okay? It's annoying when people call them Legos because they're not Lego. They're Legos. They're Lego bricks. Worse yet, if people call them Legos, some people, they put an apostrophe there. No! That's a double no! Or worse yet, Lego, but they don't capitalize. Lego. It's Lego bricks. Okay. Not Star Wars Lego bricks, though. Ooh, I'm going to get nostalgic here. Alright, so I'm going to move on to that. If you want to join me for the rest of TLDR, you can. It's an hour long or so with me. Head over to chrispirillo.com to become a patron. Today's free podcast highlight was brought to you by all of my active patrons from chrispirillo.com. If you want access to the full TLDR episodes, both audio, video, past, present, and future, which can be up to an hour long or longer, with even more tech insight from me every weekday, plus other bonus content without ads, and support me at the same time, you can sign up to become one of my supernomies too. This is just a brief taste of what I'm producing for you daily. Again, get more through chrispirillo.com.